Hi guys, a very good evening to all of you. I'm going to speak about something which we commonly use on a daily basis, and this is something which I think on a daily basis comes around 70 to 90,000 times a day. Going to talk about thoughts. We must have heard about a book, and there is a very famous book by Napoleon Hill. The name of the book is Think and Grow Rich, and there Napoleon Hill mentioned that thoughts are things. So I am going to speak about thoughts and why Napoleon Hill said it. Thoughts are things. What are the things specifically he meant by it? So I am going to more give a clarification on that according to neurolinguistic programming, and how we. And the second important thing is that how if we know that why thoughts are things and what are thoughts, so how exactly we can get the benefit out of it. So I'm going to speak about these two things. So again, I would like to remind you, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe it, and please do press the bell icon so that you can get all the notifications. And if you genuinely like this video, I hope you like this, and thank you so much for watching my all the videos. So please do share it with your relatives, friends, and the maximum number of people so that people can take the benefit out of it. So welcome to my channel. I am Atul Bhardwaj, and I am going to speak about thoughts. So what are thoughts? Is thought something imaginary, or something? Many times we commonly talk about there are a lot of thoughts which are going into my mind. So is it some imagination, or what is that exactly, and why he said it? Thoughts are things. So thoughts are basically as per neurolinguistic programming and as per the psychologist also, I would say, thoughts are those visuals. When you think about thoughts, so there are some visuals, there are some sounds, and there are some experience, or I could say feelings or emotion. Emotion in terms of I could say sensation. The sensation in your body which goes up, down, down, up. I have mentioned in my previous video also. So some visuals. So when I say ki I am thinking about something, I am having this thought, I am having, so that means there are some images, there are some words which are going into my mind, and there are some feelings which are revolving around my body, some sensation which are going up, down my body, in my head, or my chest, or my shoulders, or anything. It could be warm, it could be cold, it could be some weight I am feeling, it could be the high and low in temperature, so something like that. So these are the three things which describes the thoughts, and the important thing is that how we can actually get the benefit out of it once we know it. So if I take an example, you must have heard about a word called strategy. A good player, if I talk about somebody who is scoring very high in the school, some businessman who is doing very well in his business, and some person who is doing exceptionally well in his corporate. So those all people, and every successful person, he or she is following some strategy. I am not talking about the strategy which they draw on the paper or do something, but that strategy they also do not know. Like if I take you an example, in a class there are two types of one. There are, suppose two students are there who are scoring very high in the class. Okay, if we can sit with those people, if we can interview them, like ask those questions, and how we are going to ask, like when they are going to school, when they are going to start the studies, or when they are going to open the book. So what are the kind of images comes into their mind, what are the kind of sounds comes into their mind, or what are the kinds of feelings they get in their body. So that means the strategy. I was talking about that. So there are two types of sound. About internal communication, I have mentioned in my earlier video also. About the internal communication, there's some communication goes around in the mind. So when there are two students, one when he opens a book, so the sound comes, I am very much motivated, I really love this subject. Or suppose the class for maths is going to come. Okay, the bell rings and the math teacher is going to enter, and one person is very excited about it and one person is very nervous about it. One person is continuously communicating the communication is going. I am very much motivated, I am very happy. Let's a math teacher come, what are the questions he is going to ask, I am very much motivated with that. And one person is feeling nervous about it, I don't know what he is going to ask me, I am not feeling well about it, and something like that. So those are the two differences of sounds which comes. So this is one thing, I am talking about the auditory. Okay, the second thing, image. So when the one person, when the one student, the topper of the class, when the suppose any exam comes, or he is preparing for some exam, he is going to prepare for some test. So there are some image comes to his mind that he actually visualizes what he is going to get after it if he scores well in the class. So those are some images, some visualization he will get. And the other student who is not scoring that well, he will also get some image. Those could be scary image, and the ones who is very much committed and who is scoring very well, he will get highly motivated image or committed image, something like that. Some benefits he is getting, okay, and some feelings both the person are getting. I am just giving you an example of comparing both the sides. If we can interview that person, we can know the strategy of that particular person who is scoring very well in the class, how he feels, what are the sounds which when he starts anything, what are the sounds goes into his mind, and what are the that images he see. Okay, so maybe it could be internal image also, maybe it could be external image also, but something. So we can actually extract that strategy and we can implant that strategy in a person, in a student who is not doing that well, through neurolinguistic programming. Yes, this is very much possible, and that's why they also call it as modeling. Modeling means if we always used to say that he is my role model. And if you remember that, I'll take an example of Sehwag and Sachin Tendulkar, where Sachin saw the video of playing Sehwag and Sachin both in one video. He said that I won't be able to differentiate between Sehwag and who is Sachin, because Sehwag has modeled his physiology, his tone, his images, his the structure, how he is moving and everything. So we can actually extract that particular strategy from one person and we can implant in the other person by some commands. And here neuroplasticity also works very well, and because once we will do it, so it is called as a chemical neuroplasticity, but multiple times if we are doing it, so it is known as structural neuroplasticity, which goes into the person's neurons, which I have explained in my previous videos also. This is the one example. The second example could be, suppose somebody, there are two people who are doing exceptionally well in the sales, and if we can take the strategy, somebody who is going to the office, there are two types of people. One is going to the office who is very excited and committed. There is some sound which goes into his mind, some images which he saw in the office, why he is so much motivated and committed. Maybe it could be internal or external, and there are some feelings he is getting into the body. If we can extract that particular strategy from those people and put the exact strategy into the person through neurolinguistic programming, through those commands, those visuals, those communication, and remove those sounds and those images which are actually demotivating the person, okay, who is not performing well, and implant the right strategy into his mind, so the person can actually perform very well, because body follows what mind says. So if mind has accepted that I am committed, I am very much motivated, and yes, I want to do it, so body functions according to that. And many times many psychologists and many people have told this thing. So the third example is of any business person. Here I'll differentiate a little bit. I'll take example of, suppose some business person, some businessman who is not doing well today, in today's scenario from last 1 year, and in the previous years he was doing exceptionally well. So we can take that person into that particular time when he was very much motivated, when he was doing very well, and take that strategy, take those thoughts at that time, take that person to that time, and though what kind of images he was getting, what kind of sounds he was getting, and what kind of feelings he was getting at that particular time when he was doing very well and the profitability was very high, and today when he is not able to do well. So we can implant that particular strategy in today's time also, and accordingly the person will start doing extremely well. It takes time, but yes, it is very much possible. But certainly the time taken is pretty less than actually what it takes to be, because it's all about the mind, and the body follows. There is nothing outside, as I always say that the whole world is just a reflection of ours. So these were the 3 examples I wanted to take for to make you guys understand about what is this strategy is called, and how we can actually model another person. This is the modeling, like extracting the strategy from somebody's mind by talking to him, and implanting the exact strategy in others' mind, the exact images, the exact sounds, exact feelings by different commands through neurolinguistic programming. So this was the topic for me today. So I hope you like the video. If you like it, please do share it with maximum number of people, so that people can take the benefit out of it. If you need any query, and if you have any questions or need any answers on it, so please do let me know. If you want me to help you on this particular subject, because this is such an interesting subject, extracting the strategy of somebody and implanting in somebody else. So I think the things can work actually well. So thank you so much guys for watching my video, and again I would like to remind you, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe it, and please keep watching my video, and do let me know if you want me to make the video on any particular subject. Have a great day, have a great relationship, and have a very successful career. Thank you so much.